It's time for Food on the Go, and it's the holiday season. So what's one beverage you can only have during the holiday season?
Eggnog.
Yes, so today at Pam's Specialized Catering in Morehead City, we're taking this traditional drink and turning it into a pie for the holiday season. So Pam is with us today to show us how to make this happen.
First off, it's a very, very easy pie.
Okay,
There's no
good.
bacon. The only thing you bake is your pie crust.
Pam, so how do we start this recipe?
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pie crust and we're going to bake that and let that cool. And then we're going to take our unflavored gelatin and mix it in with 1/4 cup of water, and we're going to stir that until it dissolves, and then that will set probably a couple of minutes or so. Meanwhile, while we're doing something else, we're going to let that just set. And in our pan, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're going to take 1/3 cup of sugar, and then we're going to take 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that on the stove, and once we get it on there, before it starts getting really hot, we're going to move 2 cups of eggnog into that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to whisk it for a few minutes until it gets a consistency of like pudding, you know, something of that nature. It's about 4 minutes, but you have to constantly keep your eye on it. And then once you get it, bring it to a low boil and let it set for a couple minutes. Then what I would come back and add is a teaspoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of rum. We get it thickened up. At that point, we're going to take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream that's been whipped, and so we'll put all that in there. Then you're going to put it in your pie shell. And so after you put it in your pie shell, you probably want it to set in the cooler at least a couple of hours.
We have one more amazing, delicious treat, and we're going to be making cherry croissants in the shape of, wait for it, a candy cane, because it is the holiday season. So you know you can't go wrong with making something in the shape of a candy cane.
Right, and this is really good for like Christmas morning.
So we've already prepared. So how did you lay out the shape of the candy cane? Okay,
the crescents is what you start with, and the crescents is the trickiest part of it all with your curve.
Yes.
So what you're going to do is you're going to take them out of the container, you're going to take them apart, and then you're going to lay them and overlap them a little bit right around this area.
And this isn't a too complicated recipe. It's pretty easy and straightforward.
It's very easy. Once you've got your crescent laid out, the first thing we're going to do is going to take an 8-ounce cream cheese.
Okay.
And we're going to put that in a container with 1 egg, and then we got 1/3 cup of sugar. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the mixer and we're going to mix all this up till it comes out to be creamy, just like this. And so what we do is you just take, and you want to make sure you stay about 1/2 inch from the outside, and I wouldn't worry because that's not in your way. And so what you do, and this is 1 can of cherry pie filling. What I try to do is go through the can and maybe pick out as many cherries as I can. Start down here, and you just press it over. This is confectionery sugar and milk. And so what you're going to do is and that would be our candy cane cherry crescent pastry.
Pam, thanks so much for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure.
And thanks for joining the holiday edition of Food on the Go. Make sure to join Hello E&C every weekday at 12:30.